Let me be perfectly clear and say this in a way that cuts through all the noise, the speculation, and the years of waiting. Tomorrow is not just another day on the calendar, it is the day we have been told would never come, the day that was always just over the horizon, a mirage in the financial desert, but right now, as I am speaking to you, multiple, highly placed, and unequivocal sources from within the financial structures in Iraq and from international banking intermediaries have confirmed that the activation of the long-awaited revaluation, the RV for the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong, is scheduled and locked in for today, with global recognition and public access set for tomorrow, and this is not a drill, this is not more hopium, this is the concrete, operational reality that the entire community has been praying for. And the reason this is so fundamentally different from every other alert we have ever received is that this confirmation comes not from a single anonymous Telegram message or a cryptic blog post, but from a consolidated and cross-verified network of intel that has independently confirmed the same sequence of events from Baghdad, from the Federal Reserve, and from Forex trading floors, all pointing to a single, inescapable conclusion that the financial reset we have been discussing for a decade is now imminent, and the mechanism for this activation, as it has been described to me, is a synchronized, multilateral release that will see the new real exchange rate first published on the official Iraqi Central Bank website and almost simultaneously on the International Monetary Fund's official portal, which will then trigger a cascade of updates across global banking platforms, allowing for the initial, private institutional exchanges to occur throughout today, setting the stage for public international currency exchange and bank transfers to begin at the opening of business tomorrow morning in each respective time zone, and the numbers being discussed are nothing short of astronomical, with the confirmed rate for the Iraqi dinar being set at a figure that will completely shatter any conservative estimates, placing it on a par with major global currencies, a move designed to instantly erase Iraq's foreign debt and provide it with the sovereign wealth foundation to become a leading economic powerhouse in the Middle East overnight, while the Vietnamese Dong is similarly set for a significant revaluation that will reposition Vietnam as a formidable financial player in Southeast Asia, and this entire process, this final countdown, is the direct result of the passing of the new budget in Iraq, which contained the critical legal frameworks and the monetary provisions necessary to support a currency at this new value, effectively removing the last legislative hurdle that was standing in the way, and it also ties directly into the global shift away from the petrodollar system, with Iraq now poised to trade its vast oil reserves in. Now, with this reality now firmly established, the most critical phase begins for you, the investor, because the window between this confirmation and the moment the rates go live for the public is incredibly short, and what you do in the next 24 hours will define your financial future for generations, so your first and most immediate action must be to secure your currency in a safe and accessible location, not in a safety deposit box that you cannot access after hours, but in a high-quality home safe or another extremely secure yet instantly accessible place, because the very first and most straightforward method of exchange will be through the large, international currency exchange companies like Travelex or ICE, who will have the new rates loaded into their systems and will be able to facilitate immediate, over-the-counter transactions for physical cash. And you need to have your currency ready to go, but the second, and for larger amounts, the more significant channel will be through the banking system, which is why you must have a pre-existing relationship with a major international bank, you must have an account in good standing, and you must already have initiated conversations with your branch manager or a private client advisor, so that when the memo comes down from their headquarters tomorrow morning, you are not a stranger walking in with a suitcase of foreign currency, but a valued client who has been anticipating this event and is now ready to execute a pre-discussed plan for depositing and then diversifying your assets, and this is where your financial strategy becomes paramount. You must not, under any circumstances, simply cash in all of your currency and leave it as a massive sum of cash in a single checking account, because that leaves you exposed and does nothing to build lasting wealth, so your mind should already be focused on the trilogy of wealth preservation. First, debt elimination, which means paying off every single high-interest obligation like credit cards and personal loans immediately. Second, asset acquisition, which means moving a significant portion of your new capital into tangible, inflation-resistant assets like real estate, precious metals, and perhaps even a stake in a solid business venture. And third, generational funding, which involves working with a reputable estate planner to set up trusts and legal structures that will protect your wealth from taxes and ensure it benefits your children and their children, creating a legacy that outlives you. And while this is all incredibly exciting, it is also the moment of maximum risk, because the world will soon be flooded with scammers and unscrupulous financial advisors coming out of the woodwork to prey on the newly wealthy, so your shield against this must be a vow of absolute discretion. Do not post on social media, do not brag to coworkers, do not tell anyone outside of your most immediate and trusted family circle, because the fewer people who know about your change in circumstances, the safer you and your family will be from those who would seek to separate you from your wealth through slick schemes or emotional manipulation. As we stand on this precipice of a new financial dawn, it is worth taking a moment to reflect on what this truly means beyond the luxury cars and the dream homes. This event represents one of the largest and most peaceful transfers of wealth in human history. A recalibration of the global financial order that was designed to reward the patient, the diligent, and those who had the foresight to look beyond the dominant Western narrative and see the intrinsic potential of a nation like Iraq, with its ancient history and its unimaginable natural resource wealth, finally taking its rightful place on the world stage, unshackled from the burdens of its past and the distortions of a devalued currency. And for Vietnam, it is a recognition of its explosive economic growth, its industrious population, and its strategic importance in the world, and by holding the Dong, you have backed a winner in the new global economy. But this is also a profound responsibility, because this wealth is a tool, and like any powerful tool, its value is determined not by its mere possession, but by the wisdom with which it is wielded. And that is why the final and most important step in this entire journey is to consciously decide to use this financial liberation as a platform for a life of purpose, to invest not just in portfolios but in people, to fund the dreams you have always put on hold, to support causes you are passionate about, to create art, to travel and broaden your understanding of the world, to spend more quality time with your children, and to heal relationships that may have been strained by the pressures of financial limitation, because the ultimate value of this RV is not measured in dollars and cents, but in the freedom it grants you. The freedom to choose how you spend your time, who you spend it with, and what legacy you wish to leave behind. And this is the part of the story that the mainstream financial news will never understand. They will report on the numbers, the exchange rates, and the market fluctuations, but they will miss the human element entirely, the millions of individual stories of hope and perseverance that are all culminating in this single, global moment of validation, proving that sometimes the greatest rewards do come to those who are willing to believe in something that seems impossible to everyone else. Now, to ensure you are fully prepared for the moment the gates open, I need you to do one thing for me right now. Take this video, and share it with every single person you care about who is also in this investment, every group chat you are in, every community forum you are a part of, because we have a duty to make sure that our entire community is armed with this confirmed information and this clear, step-by-step plan, so that no one is left behind, no one is confused, and everyone can move forward in unison to claim the future they have earned. Hit the share button below, send this link, and let's make tomorrow a day of collective celebration and success.